So Milton, you shouldst be living at this hour. England hath need of thee. England needs you. England needs people like you. So the speaker seems to be sad and angry. By the way, the speaker seems to be what? Sad and angry. Why? Because he looks back at a time in England when at a time when England was very powerful. He looks back at a time, he looks back at England when it was very powerful, when people were happy, before losing good values, before losing glory, before losing honor, before losing morality, moral values. And he says that she is. Yes, يا المحسن.
بالغلط يا دكتور، بالغلط يا دكتور.
Okay, المحسن. So she is a Finn. She is a Finn. What is the meaning of Finn? Any idea? يا الجعفر، كونك انت اعطيتنا برزنتيشن، كون الجعفر اعطانا برزنتيشن.
مستنقع يا دكتور يمكن.
سوام.
Yes exactly. ايش يعني مستنقع لما نقول مستنقع؟
In a bad situation.
نعم.
He means that London is in a bad situation.
Yes, I agree. But why does he use the word Finn?
يعني at its lowest.
It's like a swamp, it's like a wetland. طب في الويتلاند وفي السوامب ايش بيصير؟ المستنقع شو بيصير؟ The water is not flowing, right? Right or wrong?
صحيح، المياه تكون راكدة.
Yes, and if the water is not flowing, then what happens? The water tends to be dirty. The water, the color, the water becomes what? Dirty. And it gets what? It gets what? Color that is not good, by the way. Not good color. So she is a fen. England is like a fen. It's like a swamp of stagnant waters, of still waters, of motionless waters. A water that is motionless, that is not flowing. So it's very clear actually that the speaker describes the vices of London in 1802 after the Industrial Revolution. It is very clear that the speaker describes the vices, the situation of London in 1802. And by the way, as your colleagues have already, as our presenters have already mentioned, Wordsworth uses the form of sonnet in his poem, right? Why does he use the form of sonnet? Why does the speaker use the form of sonnet? Any idea? Why does the speaker use the form of sonnet? Actually, to to emphasize the seriousness of the subject, that the subject is very serious here. The subject is very serious. The subject is London, right? The situation of London. Okay. Then he continues and says, altar, sword, and pen, fireside, the heroic wealth of hall and bower, okay, have forfeited their ancient English dower. Altar, طبعا, as you know, altar stands for what?
For church or religion.
Religion. Stands for religion, right? Altar stands for religion. Sword stands for what? طبعا, when we talk about religion, we are talking about religious values, right? We talk about religious values. When we talk about sword, we talk about what?
Wars.
War, military. We talk about power, right? Military power, right?
Yes.
Okay. And pen stands for what?
Writing.
Writing, yes. Writing for education. It refers for intellectuals. It refers for intellectual people like John Milton, right? Right or wrong?
Right.
Yes. So what is the message of the speaker here? What is the message of the speaker here?
World value are gone.
All
Values.
all good values, all values have vanished, have disappeared. Religious values, military power, education, all good values have vanished. She's a fan of stagnant waters. So as if John Milton was representing what? Religious values, honor, glory, goodness, power. طبعا John Milton, we're talking about John Milton and his time, the time of John Milton, right? The time before the Industrial Revolution. The time before the English people turned to be what? Selfish. So of stagnant waters, altar, sword, and pen, fireside, you see the heroic wealth of hall and bower have forfeited their ancient English dower of inward happiness. All dower, you know the meaning of dower, right? What is the meaning of dower? What is the meaning of dower, students? Any idea? Nobody knows the meaning. Who? Okay. When you propose,
المهر.
yes, المهر يا العصفور. المهر يا العصفور. طبعا المهر يا العصفور. So what was the dower? What was the ancient? طبعا when we say ancient, we are talking about something that is valuable, right? Right or wrong? When we talk about ancient, we're talking about valuable thing.
Yes, a great thing.
Yes. So have the heroic wealth of Hall and Bower, have forfeited their ancient English dower of inward happiness. So England has lost the ancient dower of inward happiness. England has lost the ancient, the valuable, okay, thing that she used to have. That is the ancient dower of inward happiness, of happiness. In other words, England turned to be a bleak place to live in. It is no longer the place where people wish to stay and live. Why did England lose the ancient dower of happiness? Because people turn to be selfish. They are selfish. Students, do you want to take a break ولا نكمل